Okay, we are back.
We're back.
Good morning again. Happy Saturday. So we were going to show you guys how we make our smoothies in the morning. I made this the other day and it was so good. So I'm just pouring, we have pre-made coffee. We just use a regular Ninja coffee maker, just a regular pot of coffee. So I'm going to pour some coffee into the this is called the Magic Bullet. This is the one that I use, but you can use a NutriBullet or any other type of blending device that you want. And then I have a little bit of coffee that I mixed earlier. So put that in there. We have coffee. Can I have the almond milk?
Yeah.
The almond milk. So we use this is the Blue Diamond, but any kind of almond milk. Like the unsweetened original. You can see it right there. So I'm going to put a little bit of that in there. Actually, I think I put too much coffee, so I'm going to pour a little bit back in. Okay, the almond milk. Oops, sorry. Couple ice cubes. This made me feel like a real YouTuber, having the ice cubes like in the bowl.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like readily available.
Like a real life YouTuber.
Like a real life YouTuber. Cinnamon. And maple syrup. We bought this from BJ's, but it's really delicious. It's 100% pure maple syrup. So I like to use this. I was on a Splenda kick for a while, and I started noticing that it just didn't feel really that great. My heart rate was going up, and obviously there's all of the stuff about how bad Splenda is for you. So I stopped using Splenda, started using the maple syrup only because it's a natural sweetener. It's really good. And you only need a little bit of it because it's super sweet. So we're going to throw it on the Magic Bullet.
What? What?
What? Oh, let's drink some water. Blend it all up. Open it up. Pour it into the I Love You coffee mug. I Love You More coffee mug.
No, I love you more.
We both have them. And then when you drink it, it literally tastes like a coffee culotta. It's so good and really creamy. The almond milk actually gets more creamy as you blend it. So if you can see, I'll do a little shot of. See how frothy and delicious that got? And then you can add more ice if you want it to be a little more icy, or less ice if you want it to be a little more creamy. So now Steven's going to show you how he makes his protein.
Alright, so now here's a really good shake. Hers is good, this is better. So, I lift a lot more than I do cardio, so I try to increase my protein intake. So I usually try to get organic protein. Today we're using organic pumpkin spice protein. Because
Buy Orgain. Tell them where you got it.
Orgain, I got at TJ Maxx. Is that where we're at? TJ Maxx, yeah. So I never really started going to TJ Maxx until Kathy brought me there.
TJ Schmacks.
Alright, so I'm going to use coffee as well as my base. I usually use water, but occasionally I'll use coffee. Especially if I didn't have enough that day. So
It's a Saturday morning too, so
yeah.
we tend to drink a little more coffee on Saturdays, not as much during
I'm
the
sorry,
week.
but I'm pretty sure this is my part of the video. Thank you.
By
All right.
watching you.
So, I'm going to use 2 scoops of this protein powder. There is 21 grams of protein and 160 calories in that. And I believe this one, yeah, this is all plant-based protein. So, 2 scoops of that. I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of natural peanut butter. This is Smucker's. The reason why I use peanut butter is because a lot of times when I make shakes, they get frothy, and I feel like the little bit of salt content in the peanut butter stops it from getting real frothy. Yeah, and it actually, it adds a ton of flavor too. I love peanut butter.
Does that stop the froth for real?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So I put the peanut butter in there,
See, even I learned something from our YouTube videos.
And then every morning when I make my shakes, I have a little bit of peanut butter left on the spoon, and we have a little puppy over here.
Oh, can I get in on the spoon?
We have a little puppy over here that gets to eat it every morning.
Peanut
Butter time. She used to hate the blender and run away, but now when she hears the blender, she comes running because she knows that it's peanut butter time.
Yeah,
All right.
You dropped a little.
Down here, fun.
Oh, gotta get it.
Down here.
On the floor.
Right there. Got it. On the floor. Okay, good girl.
There you
All
go,
right.
Ty.
So,
Let
me set this back up. all right. So I have my coffee, 2 scoops of protein powder, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, and now I'm going to add a half a frozen banana. So what I do is as the bananas start to turn brown, I unpeel them, break them in half, and drop them into a Ziploc bag. This is the last one from this bag, so I'll drop that in. And then usually I use frozen fruit, but occasionally I've been using this now. They have frozen avocados, Welch's. These are very terrible when you defrost them and eat them. They don't taste good at all, even though it says taste like they were just picked. That's a false statement.
False.
But they're awesome in a smoothie because they make it super creamy.
See, that's
So,
one of those times when they want
usually-
to put like a word on the screen saying like false.
I usually just put, I told you this is my part of the video. I usually put just like a couple little pieces in there. I'm not big on like measurements. I just kind of go with the flow.
He's not really ever that mean to me. He's just being sarcastic.
Out of here, woman! So now I'm going to blend this up. So this would be a good time where we would have editing and we could edit this blending part out. But
Yeah, I know. We're still learning like how to do the video. So just bear
I
with
don't
us.
know if they're going to hear anything we're saying. All right, so this is a good way to use up like leftover coffee from the day before too. You can throw it in the fridge and then have it ready for the next day.
You know what? I think a lot of people don't do that. I was telling a customer about that the other day, and they were like, "That's the best idea. Because you save so much money."
And if you notice, I didn't use any ice because I used all frozen fruit. So I think that's kind of like a
Yeah,
known
'cause then
thing.
you
But
don't
just in
need the
case, you don't
ice.
need to add ice or anything because you have the frozen banana, the frozen
And then it doesn't get
avocado. But
watery.
I always do half a frozen banana and then either frozen avocado, frozen mango, frozen strawberry, frozen berries, anything like that. All right. Are you
you
coming
done?
back on now? I'm done with my
Yep.
shake. Should I pause it or are you coming back
No,
in?
you can come. I can come back.
All right, here she comes.
I was rinsing my hands. I'm coming back.
Watch the ratings drop.
Okay, I'm back. So what we're making to go with the coffee culotta that I made is avocado toast. So I've got my. This is toasted, right? Oh, no.
Because the toaster wasn't plugged in.
Oh shoot. Okay.
But
That's okay.
do your avocado while
So
it's
what I've got here, I'm gonna grab a fork and show you guys what I've been doing. Grab the pepper. We're obviously novices when it comes to this. So I have some mashed up avocado here. I'm gonna mash it up a little bit more with a fork. And what I added to this was some fresh squeezed lemon. So I took a lemon, just squeezed it over. You can see it's a little juicy, like on the bottom there. It's a little tough to see, but I'm just gonna mash it up really, really good with a fork. Not so it's totally creamy, but just kind of like chunky and spreadable. Mash it up. And then,
Am I okay to start making my eggs?
yeah, go for it. So what I have, I'll show you the end product right there. Mashed avocado. I'm gonna put some grated pepper. If you saw our other video, it's not grated pepper, crushed ground pepper. And I like to grind it with the lid on, so then you don't get it like all over your countertops. Okay. Sorry, I just had to pick up. Again, don't mind the appearance. We just came from the gym. So I like a lot of pepper, so I just ground it all up. Take the lid off gently. Throw it in there. Blend it in. Okay, what we also have here are some cucumbers and some tomatoes that we had for dinner last night. I'm gonna slice up a few more. Can you hand me that little knife right there?
Yep.
A few more of these. Like, what if you really did it? It would be like YouTube video gone wrong.
That's terrible, babe.
Cherry tomatoes that we bought from Produce Junction. That was kind of weird. Dun dun dun. We put a very dark spin on the whole thing. I'm just gonna slice them up. Can you see? Yeah, you guys can see. Slicing them. I like to just cut them in half because they're so small already. But these are really good. Oh my gosh. We get them from this place called Produce Junction. They're so super sweet. They taste like candy a lot of the time if they're in season, which I don't know if they are right now, but they must be because they're just really delicious. So I'm going to slice up a couple of those. Take my toast. We bought this bread from Wegmans. It's a 9-grain seed and nut blend, but you can see it's got like tons and tons of like seeds, nuts, and it's just like a nice slice. I think it's like 160 calories a slice. So I'm going to have that. I'm going to take my avocado mixture. Let's move this forward. I've got my tomatoes here. I'm going to move this forward. I'm going to take the avocado mixture, spread it right over the top. Oh my gosh. This is so good. If there's anybody else out there that just loves avocados, the avocado toast is like a really big thing right now. I'm sure you guys know. Like restaurants are doing it, but it's so easy to make. So again, avocado, lemon juice, and the cracked black pepper spread over the top. And then I'm just going to take some of these tomatoes, put them right over the top. Take a little bit more pepper. Grind it up over top. Delicious, easy, simple, and you've got your little fancy coffee, iced coffee, and your avocado toast ready to go. You can also put a lot of different stuff over this. You could put an egg over it. You could put crushed red pepper over it, but really good, really delicious. Are we over and out now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm putting eggs over mine.
He's gonna put an egg over his, but he's making basically the same thing. All right, over and out.
Shh.